Okay, here I am again, the closet spinner. Here is some cormo that I washed and just have it, just kind of fluffed it up as it was drying so that it dried within a day. But it's still, you can see, still in its locks. So one of the methods that I use is to just pull it off so that I've got my cut in here, my tip in there, and then I'll just spin from that. I don't get any nips because I haven't done anything that would cause it to spring on itself. So I'm getting just a real smooth. Let's see if I can get it. Where is that? What is it over here? Okay, see, you can see the no nips in here. So I'm just getting a real smooth spin just coming from the lock. If I see vegetation, I just do this. I flick it off. So that is one way. If you want to prepare things a little bit more, like say if there's a little bit more vegetation, this happened to be a big clean spot, but say there's a little vegetation or I wanted a little bit more pristine preparation, then what I could do, or what I do, sometimes these tips can be pretty dirty. It depends on what side of the sheep it is. If it's on its side, it often has the longest staple length, but it'll be muddy. On the very top, the sheep gets more hay bits in their wool because they drag hay over the top of each other. But on the side, it has a tendency to have more mud. I think I must have fussed with these tips quite a bit because they don't seem to have too much mud. And none of my sheep are covered year-round. At least they haven't been. I like to leave them off for when they're nursing and having their babies. Okay, here you go. So there I take, you can see the tip ends, the little curls. I just go like this and flick the ends. In case there's any dry ends on the lamb fleece, I always need to do that because lamb fleece's tips will be a little bit dry. And it's mostly the parts of the lamb that were in utero, the little amniotic tips and whatnot. So there you go. So then I'll just flick both ends. I usually flick the tip end first, then I turn it over and flick the cut end, and then I have a perfect prep. This is as perfect, to me, it's more perfect than combing. I have my combs here too, but what happens with combs, it can't, I don't know, I think just the process a lot of processes can cause nips. Actually, nips are from, this is one school of thought. I'm not going to be a spinning police here. Nips generally are from second cuts. It's noils that are from the fiber springing back on themselves. It comes with carding too fast, combing too fast, anything too fast. And that's what causes the little fibers to spring back. But this is the most, what I feel, I've been raising cormo for 20 years now. What I feel is the most most precise, most pristine way to spin cormo. You don't get any neps. You get all the vegetation out. Because with carding and even with combing, you may not get all the vegetation out. But with brushing or flicking, you do. And I did not flick in a traditional flicking manner. I technically brush it like a little girl's ponytail. I hold it onto one end so that it doesn't pull too much on her scalp and brush out the ends. And then I turn it over and do that again. I hold the other end and brush it out. So here we get, I'll show you again. Get what up here. See, I'm not getting any neps because I just flicked the ends. And that took out all the vegetation, and it took out if there were any second cuts. So there you go. That's my suggestion for cormo. I like spinning it straight from the fleece when I don't want to do this. The only downside of this is that I'm not getting a long, endless roving to spin from, but I prefer this, and I can spin for quite a while from one handful of fleece. And I do what would be considered not really inchworming, but a short draw, because I'm an old geezer and my shoulders don't particularly like the long draw. There you go. See? Fluffy, lovely cormo. Bye-bye.